Not gonna lie, it is way past my bedtime. It's actually 7:42 p.m. and it's 10:14, October 14th. And I just got out the shower. Um, and we hit episode 91. Episode 91, 100 Simple Life Truths. And a little bit of motivation. A little bit of motivation. I'm seeing a lot of people lately have been asking me how I do it or what's my motivation and asking for advice, right? But the advice is in the videos, right? The advice is in the videos. I could give you guys personal advice and stuff like that, but that's not what I do, so to speak, right? It's not something that that I personally feel capable of. Um the one thing that I can say, one thing that I've heard lately or recently is if it's not in your hands, it shouldn't be on your mind. And I've said that in prior videos as well. If it's not in your hands, it shouldn't be on your mind. To say out of sight, out of mind, to say a lot of people are stressing things that they don't control. If you don't control it, don't think about it. Just let it be. Just let it. And it's easier said than done to just to relinquish it, right? Just to relinquish any care. I mean, not care, but any stress, any thoughts of it, right? Because you're taking up your brain power, you're taking up your time thinking about something you can't control. And even if it is something you can't control, deal with it when it comes, because there's no thought in action. There's absolutely no thought in action. Action is the absence of thought. And I feel like a lot of people are thinking themselves into depression. They're thinking themselves into depression in terms of thinking about, even I do it. Like I'm thinking about the next idea, the next thing I want to do. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, right? Thinking, writing things down. I feel like I should just go out there and fail. We should all just go out there and fail, right? Not saying not to put any thought into it, but to limit your thought and limit your trying to wait until everything is perfect before you start. I didn't wait until this series was perfect before I started, right? And it's not going to be perfect when I finish it, but I did it. It's something that I can put on the mantle and say, you know what, I did that. A lot of people are delaying themselves the gratification of completion. A lot of people are delaying themselves the gratification of completion by procrastinating the idea of the completion and the idea of even starting, right? So for me, I would say I just needed to start. I just needed to do what I had to do. I got some hot chocolate here. Sorry. I just needed to just do it. And you get better as you keep doing it. You know what I mean? The first time is not going to be great. The first time may not even be good. But the second time is going to be better. The third time is going to be even better than that. And as long as you're getting 1% better every day, how can you complain? How can you sit here and say, how can you judge yourself? And even in judgment, your judgment is only in reference, your negative judgment is only in reference to your positive judgment. So if you say, can't think of anything, but your negative thoughts and biases against yourself is only in reference to the positive biases and thoughts about yourself. So it's okay to have negative thoughts about yourself, but what are you doing about that? Are you actively trying to change it? And if not, you should. And if you're still not, then you need to find a way to outweigh your negatives with positives. You need to fully, it is not to say be selfish or be not to say be selfish or fully yourself or anything like that. It's to say to just to understand that you are human, right? You're gonna fail sometimes. You're gonna be great most times as well too. Um, but these videos are here mainly for me because it's something that I wanted to create for myself to look back on when I complete my goals. When I'm ashy because I ain't put no lotion on after I shower. My bad, y'all. Ashy. Um. So yeah, I think there's no action. There's no thought in action, so just get out and do what you need to go and do, right? Of course, you're gonna think about it a little bit, but don't waste too much time thinking about it. Don't take up too much time trying to perfect the outcome. The outcome is gonna be the outcome regardless, right? And as long as you stay firm on your beliefs and stay firm on the things that you're working towards, then you have no issues. Today was a somewhat depressing day for me because, well, it wasn't depressing. It was just interesting. I used up the whole 5 minutes that I give myself to be, I guess, sad, right? Um, I used it up because when I woke up, it's Monday. When I woke up and I logged into my school account, they only had me registered for one class, and that would have pushed my graduation back, right? It would have pushed it back by like roughly 3 months, and I was just like, nah, I'm not doing that, because then I would have had to take one class now and then one class another time, and no, I take 2 classes a semester every 8 weeks. Works out perfectly for my schedule. So I called and I made them add a class, any class. Um, so yeah, I was depressed for that because I was like, damn, now my graduation is gonna be pushed back. I have big plans for my graduation, and you know what I mean. It's in my control, but it's not in my control. Like the time is gonna be the time. I can't make it go any faster. It's a set time of when I can complete each class, and it's not in my hands, so it's not on my mind. The only thing that is on my mind is making sure I continue getting all these A's, and B's. But we're gonna get right into this episode. Um, one of my close friends, I would consider him a close friend, text me today, and it was like one of the most ominous text messages I've ever received in my life. And not to go too much into it, but when I replied, they didn't reply right back. And although I didn't reply to their message first because I never really, my phone is never really like, the volume is never up, and if I'm not by my phone, I don't really respond to messages and stuff. And I was doing a whole bunch of other things today, but I received the text. I responded to it as soon as I seen it because it made me feel some type of way. And then the person didn't respond for like 2-3 hours, and then they responded. It was still ominous, and I'm just like so confused. It's just I don't know, it just confuses me. But we're gonna get into this. What's taking up space in your life? Episode 91. What's taking up space in your life? What's taking up space in my life? People. People. My job is taking up space. It's taking up time. Um, if I was able to make money off of like other things, I would not be working because the job that I'm working right now is not my dream job, right? It's just a means to an end. And yeah, that's taking up space in my life. I think that's it. What's taking up space in your life? What's taking up space in your life? Put it in the comments. And maybe it's not something that you've ever thought about, but nothing comes up until it does. But yeah, in the comments, what's taking up space in your life? And we're gonna get right into it. There's a limited room in your life. What you're going to allow to take up that space. What are you going to allow to take up that space? Happiness is simply realizing things we appreciate. But if we're too busy occupying space with things to worry about, there won't be much room to be happy. Correct? Correct. A lot of people are. This is amazing. That's amazing. A lot of people, and that probably sounds so horrible. I'm sorry. I drank that right in front of the mic. Probably sounds so horrible, but it tastes amazing though. I wish I had a spoon. Um, yeah, if it's not in your hands, it shouldn't be on your mind, and that's going to take up time and take up space in your life, right? So don't occupy the space with things with worry. Occupy the space with happiness. Don't tell me what's important. Don't tell me what's realistic. All of that is arbitrary in a grand scheme of things. What's that grand scheme, you ask? That's the continuous promise we try to ignore, the promise that this life will come to an end. Correct. As I said in one of the episodes before, 100%, no matter what you do in this life, it will end. Life is going to end for every single one of us. Maybe not at the same time. Hopefully not at the same time, because that would be like some crazy stuff. But life is going to end, right? So try to enjoy it as much as you can while you're here. For me, that means a few moments of existence I should not be wasting worrying. The few moments that I have on this life, the few years that we have on this life, in the grand scheme of things, we shouldn't waste it worrying. We should enjoy it. And this is going to be very repetitive. I feel like it's going to be very repetitive, but it's all true. Are you immune to worrying? No, no one's immune to worrying. We all are going to worry about certain things in our lives, be concerned. But guess what? Once you realize that that worry is taking up too much time, that's when you change. You just stop and think about other things. So much. It's so easy to just say it, right? It's so easy to just say it because I do it myself. I worry about things and I let things get ahead of myself and I lose track of time just worrying about things that I don't control, right? So the advice that I'm giving you guys is really the advice that I'm giving myself. When I look back on these videos in 5, 10 years and I'm where I want to be in life, not saying I'm not where I want to be right now. I'm cognizant and I'm content with where I am. But when I'm actually where I want to be in life, I can look back and be like, you know what? I gave myself the best advice I could give anybody. Anyone who says they are probably lying or selling something. Not at all. Are you immune to worry? No. And anyone who says they are is probably lying or selling something. What am I though? What am I? Though is mindful, the limited space in my life needs to be filled with things that make me happy. Since my life exists mainly in my head, the only way I can fill it up is by choosing the things I focus on. Correct. If that means cutting off toxic relationships, friendships, family, then so be it. If that means being honest with myself and no longer making excuses for the life I have, so be it. If it means shortening this journey by taking all the risks in the world, then that's how I'll choose to live. The only person who can make you excited to get out of bed in the morning is you. Yeah, you can't rely on anybody to control your happiness, bring happiness to your life, bring joy to your life. You have to do that for yourself, right? And everyone can add on to it. As long as you have a good core within yourself, a good mindset, good foundation within yourself, everyone around you will then need to add to it. And once someone is bringing stress to your life, it should be easier for you to cut them off. Once a situation is bringing stress to your life, it should be easy for you to cut it off or stop it or don't think about it until you have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Um, have faith that when the time comes, you'll be able to act accordingly. You'll be able to move accordingly and do what you have to do in order to in order for the stress that the reason you're stressed in this situation doesn't come to fruition. You understand? Like you're stressing the fact that you have a test and you're gonna fail it. No, just study. Don't worry about it. Just study, and then when the time comes for the test, you'll pass it, right? And then you'll realize that the time that you wasted worrying about it and not studying was a waste of time, right? And some people, lucky ones, they don't even need to study. They just go and pass the test, regardless of if they studied or not. Create the life you want. Create the life you want. Be the life you want. Be the person that you need in your life, right? Because you are the only person that's going to be around you 24/7. So be the person that you need. Be what you need in life, and then you won't need anything out of it. You won't be seeking validation from other people or seeking stressing yourself out to know how people feel about you or stressing yourself out for any type of situation, because at the end of the day, you know you got you, and at the end of the day, what you do is, as long as you're putting your best foot forward, you can be proud of yourself at the end of the day. So create the life you want, delete the things you don't enjoy, and accept accept what you have, right? And another thing a lot of people do is compare themselves to other people, compare themselves to um other people's lives and things of that nature, like celebrities and stuff like that. But that's that is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I've did a video on that as well. Um, at the end of the day, what I want for you guys is to create the life that you want and be the person that you need. Create the life that you want and be the person that you need. Sounds easy, but very difficult to do. On the bright side, you have your entire life to keep trying, however long or short that is. Correct. Life can be, we never know. I'm about to go to sleep, and who knows if tomorrow is my last day on this earth. But you know what? If it is, I am content with everything that I brought to this earth, everything I brought to life, everything that I've accomplished up until today, right? And tomorrow I'm gonna do one more thing for myself to be proud of. I'm not gonna stress myself on the fact that, oh my God, what if I don't do something, right? That's why I feel like a lot of people need to create something, right? And that doesn't mean you need to go out and paint or create a video or anything. Just create something for yourself. Create the life that you want. Create the just just be, I don't have the words for it, just but you need to create the life that you want. It's not easy. It's hard, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And understand that your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, drink the remedy in silence and tranquility. Accept who you are. Learn who you are and accept who you are. The more you learn, the more you accept, the more you see the world for what it is, and the more you see the world for what it's trying to give you. And the more you can discern if you're going to accept it or go and get something else. Right? Because there's going to be challenges in life. And as long as you know yourself, you know if you're capable of completing those challenges, um, facing those challenges head on, or if you need to reevaluate the situation and go a different route. But every route is going to come with a challenge. It's up to you to complete all challenges that you want to complete, right? It's up to you to be honest with yourself, be open with yourself, and create the life that you want to create. Create the life that you want to live, create the person that you want to be the person that you need in your life. And we all go through things. We all have situations, but if you're able to sit there and talk about your situation, that means you already are past the situation. That means you already completed the situation. You know what I mean? Because you can take a step back and look from the outside in and be like, you know what? I'm going through this, but I'm aware of what I'm going through, and I know what to do. You know what I mean? And just like that, instead of sitting there thinking and worrying about it, you just get up and go and do it. It's a forgot the name of the book. I was supposed to tell you guys the name of this book a long time ago, but it's the book about split second decisions. You just stop worrying about things, stop thinking about things. If the first thing that comes to mind to solve a problem, you're going to do it. And if that puts you in a worse situation, you do it again until you snap yourself out of whatever situation you're in, and you become into a better area, a better place in life. Uh, yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming. October 31st, episode 100 will drop. This was episode 91. This is great. This is great. I'm about to go to sleep for real. I got work in the morning, and not even the morning. I got work in a couple hours. It is technically will be the morning, but I appreciate y'all for coming in. Stay tuned for more episodes, and we out.